RedZoneSports.bet, the British home of American sports.
Well, now it's time for the hurry up. We have 1 minute, 5 different topics, 1 minute to get through it. It's going to be hard for this guy here to allow the rest of us to get some conversation in, but we're going to try to do it. Now, the first one, will Jerry Jones's stance lead to an NFL strike next season?
I think it's going to get close. I think it's getting very close to that happening. I think a lot of players obviously backing it. There's obviously outside influences as well. I think people have just got to maybe take a step back and let the players get on with what they need to do in a silent, peaceful protest and leave it as that. Yeah,
I think it will. I think it's getting that close. I think he's absolutely right. I think Adam Gase has got the right thing down in Miami. If you don't want to protest, if you want to protest, stay out of the lineup and do it in the dressing room. Once the national anthems are played, then come out. That's the way to do it.
I don't know about it leading to a strike. I don't think it's going to get that drastic overall in the National Football League. I look at Jerry Jones and he's messing with a fine line of what he says with his team. But Jerry Jones, that is his team. He owns that organization. He can put in any rules he wants to put in because that is his organization. As far as taking it to a strike level for next season, I don't know about being going that far of people coming together and saying we're going to strike.
Yeah, I agree.
Miami's offensive line coach, Chris Forrester. My man, what was you thinking about snorting some white stuff? We don't know what the white stuff is. We're going to assume, but the white stuff, and you're going to film yourself blowing the white stuff up your nose.
Why film it? I'm not going to condone anything he's done. We can't prove what that white substance was, but why film that? Why?
Too much money. Simple as that. He's one of the highest paid assistant coaches in the NFL, and he's got paid too much money. And he's been around the league a lot. He's a well-respected coach. Tampa, Indy, Washington a couple of times, Baltimore, San Francisco. And like I say, he's one of the highest-paid coaches, and now he's gone. They've got Dave DeGugliano now running the show. He was an ex-Sperano man.
We only get a minute.
Yeah, well,
okay, right. I'm just checking with you. That we only get a minute. Okay.
Go on, what have you got to say about it? Go on, what have you got to say about it? Give me some insight.
I got to go with Sam. There's no way that you're going to film yourself doing something like that. Now, when you talk about too much money, there's a whole lot of people that have a whole lot more money than him that are not doing that and filming themselves on camera and putting yourself in a possible situation when a female of dubious character can get an attitude and put it out there on you. So I'm thinking, you got to do something. If you're going to do something, be a little bit more discreet with it. But also now they're saying that, what did it say?
Watch.
He's in rehab. That's always the thing. He's in rehab. Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz, Deshaun Watson. Which one you like?
I like Deshaun Watson. I like the flair. I like what he's got there. I think he's obviously bringing a bit of excitement back in the Texans away from just the defense. So for me, Deshaun Watson wins that little battle there.
I like Carson Wentz. I think he went through a bit of a sophomore slump last year. Dak Prescott seems to be going through it. I think he's got a bright future there in Philly.
And I have to disagree with you. I do not think Dak Prescott is going through a slump. Their team has put up, they put numbers up on the board. Offensively, it's defensively when you look at that team from Dallas. Where the problem is, offensively, they're scoring numbers. So we got one for Watson,
one for Wentz,
and one for Dak. Everybody has their favorite for whatever reason. But I do like Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz, they got him some weapons.
272 yards passing on average.
Oh, yeah. But also, too, I think when you look at that administration for Philadelphia, you have to like what they've done. Yeah. They bought him some weapons in, and he's taking advantage of those weapons. The Kansas City Chiefs, are they right now the #1 choice for the favorite for the Super Bowl? And I have to say, because they have a 5-0 record, there's no question about it. They'd have to be the #1 choice for the favorites for the Super Bowl. But they're, right now in Week 5, you're only a couple injuries away, and the Chiefs have been pretty fortunate. They've lost their safety, but they've been pretty fortunate overall. When you look at them.
Yeah, they've lost Eric Berry. That's a big blow, but they seem to have overcome that because that was early on.
Yep.
They've may have lost. They certainly lost Chris Conley for the season. That's a big blow. But Alex Smith still playing lights out. Got to question their offensive line, but yeah, they're favourites for the Super Bowl.
I still can't make them favourite just yet. I think we've seen in the past. I think Vikings last year went 8-0. I think last year, and then injuries came in, and it all went wrong.
Went wrong. Who have you got?
I haven't got a favourite yet. I think until you get to that halfway point to actually see where everyone stands, because that's right now. Based on that, you write off New England. You can't write off New England. So until this point, yeah, okay, 5-0. They are the best team currently. Are they favourite?
Yeah,
No.
but I tell you what, I'm gonna write off New England until they get somebody to play on that defense. I mean, because that defense. I mean, they had a better game against Tampa. But if if Nick Falk can make a field goal, then you can see them possibly with a losing record. Ain't no telling what happened after the game if he makes the field goals. But but until they get that defense together for the New England Patriots, there's a lot of questions involved with them. So you got your man Hunt or Elliott. Which one of the running backs, Ezekiel Elliott, you going with?
You got to go with Hunt at the moment, purely because he's doing it on the field, and you don't hear about him off the field. That for me as an organisation. If I had to pick the two players right now, I'm going with Kareem Hunt. Elliott, great talent, but that could slowly just completely disappear because he's one bad move away off field for just coming out of the NFL completely.
And he's doing it behind a very questionable offensive line as well, and that's a real key. He adds diversity. He comes out of the backfield. He catches footballs. You have to go with Hunt. And he's made some great points.
Oh yeah, no question. But I think Ezekiel Elliott, when we've talked about before that he has to get his head cleared up, so he can focus just on the National Football League, because you out there with the National Football League and you got two, trying to focus over here and focus over there. That is not the job where you can be, where you can split your personality. It has to have it straight down the line. So right now, Kareem Hunt is playing fantastic football. So there's no question about it. You have to go with Mr. Hunt. Kev, Simon, Sam, we've hurried up.
Here at Red Zone, we have a soft spot for American sports, especially NFL. It's as American as cheerleading. Unfortunately, when it comes to betting on gridiron, there is very little choice between bookmakers. That's because almost all bookmakers get their odds from Las Vegas. And we all know what happens in Vegas should stay in Vegas, especially their nasty odds. So we're stripping back to basics, creating our own odds, giving you lucky punters the very best of British bookmaking for American sports. Would you like to see some more? RedZoneSports.bet, the British home of American sports.
Watching SportsHeads. Don't forget, you can subscribe to us on YouTube, but you can also hit us on Twitter, Instagram. We would love to hear from you. We're trying to take the program from next level to next level to next level. Enjoy.